afternoon. So, hello weekend. It is a Saturday afternoon. It is 4:30. My grandson's just left. We had a craft and play day, which I absolutely love when he's over and I get to play. So I'm in my Hello Weekend t-shirt. But today I am cooking not a gusto meal. I am cooking lamb neck or stewing lamb soup. So West Indian parents, I grew up enjoying this soup. It has dumplings, it's got flavour, and it's not a soupy soup that you liquidise or anything. It's a chunky soup, but it's called a soup, and it has some dumplings in, and so here we go. But while I just got a few more things ready, I hope you've all had a great New Year and a great Christmas. We had a quiet Christmas just with family. I lived a quiet New Year's. I'm never one for going out and partying New Year's. I'm normally in bed nice and early watching telly. Hubby. But it was nice to spend so much time with family and the kids. And yeah, really enjoyed it. Yeah, I hope you guys have had a really good holiday. Let me know in the comments. Are you back to work? Back doing anything interesting? But yeah, so I will just tilt my camera. I have purchased myself a new camera, a new mic and stuff for my other streaming setup. So I have my trusty pressure cooker. Had this a very long time. It's a bit warped, but it is amazing and does the job. Turn everything on. Get the ring nice and hot. I have just a little bit of vegetable oil in the bottom. Could probably do it a bit more, just a splash. You don't want to do it. So I will brown my meat first before it goes in. Any other ingredients go in, I like to brown my meat first. We're back to gusto tomorrow, but like I said, we do gusto 99.9% of the time. But sometimes, especially a cold, miserable, wet day, you just feel like, you know, something a little different. Normally we get lamb neck from the butchers, but actually lately they've not really had any, and it's always nicer with lamb neck. My dad doesn't like lamb. Won't eat lamb chops, won't eat lamb mince, but he will eat lamb neck in the soup. Wonder? Don't know. But yeah, but we found when we can't get lamb neck, we go to Waitrose, their British stewing lamb is really similar and cooks down really nicely. The fat melts away, so you're not left with that fatty film or anything like that. So yeah, heat my oil up. While heating my oil up, I will grab some of my spices. So I've already crushed up some pimento seeds that are in this pot. It says curry goat seasoning, but it's actually ground pimento seeds. Metal spoon for spices, plastic for cake. So as you know, I am waiting for my moon spice to be available in the UK from Crystal Elite Hair Care USA. I cannot wait to get my moon spice. When I get it, I will talk more through with it. So until I get my moon spice, I am using my Old Bay seasoning, available on Amazon or any good West Indian Caribbean shops. Just take in, and it's about 2 tablespoons. Sprinkle it over one side of the meat currently. I am one for a lot of seasoning. Don't like my food unseasoned, don't like my food dry. I've got some allspice as well, just a little sprinkle of allspice. Sorry about that, I should have warned you before I did that in case I deafened you all. I'll put a bit on the spoon because it's not wanting to come out of there. Change for a small bit. So just a bit of allspice. I can start hearing my oil heating up now. Starting to sizzle. Oh, put this up. So I've got a bit of thyme. Do like to sprinkle a bit of thyme on there, not too much. Can use fresh thyme, but for ease sake of not having to strip the leaves and chop, do that. Then I've got my ground pimento. You can use, you don't have to use all this seasoning. If you're brought up on a similar soup if you're from Trini or Barbados or anywhere like that, you'll probably have your own spice mix. But bit of ground black pepper, that's just ordinary ground black pepper. Then I've got some pink peppercorns in there, and you'll see how much seasoning I actually add. I don't spare with the seasoning. You don't want to spare with the seasoning. Now, there's a lot of meat here, so it will get done in 2 batches. So I will get out a meat bowl. It sounds like I'm throwing everything on the floor, and I am, because if my kids have been in the cupboard, nothing will be in order. So meat bowl, stainless steel meat bowl. We know the big one's meat, the shallow one's veg. Have that to one side, because you can't do this all in one go. It'd be ridiculous to try and cook that in one go. You know, I say as soon as I start cooking, my phone will ring. My phone rang. So I am back. I'm just getting a knife, which I just shut the knife box in my hand. Chopping board. There we go. Move that up a little bit. Oh, let me just adjust that. There you go. So put all my spices just to one side, because I will put them away back in a second, because I don't like to have everything out. Spoons there ready to wash. Also, I will get to that stage in a minute. That's garlic, so it's a garlic cube. We started actually freezing the garlic after Crystal from Elite Hair Care, you know who I meant now, from Crystal, peels their garlic cloves, washes them, puts them in the bag, freezes them, because we get so much garlic in Gusto, we don't always use it all. Sorry about the hair, it does need doing. I'll just pull it back for cooking. So we started doing that, but then I thought, I wonder if we can crush it. So we crushed it. We made it into cubes. Just because I just fancied trying something different. But then we went into Tesco's and found that you can buy garlic cloves crushed in the cube. So we've got a bag of them as well. Their cubes are huge. Ours are a lot smaller. But yeah, so just going to push the door in a little bit and then turn you back round here. So now everything has got nice and hot. My pressure cooker is nice and hot. Why does the kitchen look so untidy? It actually mixes all the ingredients. I'm now going to put in some of the lamb. I've got a suicidal carrot that just jumped off the worktop. It will be washed in a second. And the reason I do it under pressure as well is that I'm actually just browning the meat. When it comes to doing the soup, you can do it in a slow cooker, and you know, if I was doing a stew I would, but because it's stewing lamb, it's not going to be soft if it was just made the soup on the top. So get it all stirred up and all the spices will be in the bottom of the pan. It's not going to be soft. Do it in your pressure cooker, you can end up with lovely soft, pieces of lamb. So just turn the camera this way, taking you on a journey around the kitchen. You'll see my little doggy in his bed asleep. So, going to now chop the onion. Sorry, making you seasick while I play around my camera. There you go. So, while that's browning, I will have to talk a little louder because the old extractor fan's got to go on. So, get some colour on the meat because we'll get all the flavour in the bottom of the pan as well. As soon as we've got some colour on it. So I'm browning the meat now, as I said. You will see if I get a bit out the colour that I get on that. All that lovely spices cooked on the lamb will give a little bit of colour, so I will get out the ones that have got enough colour on. So this is what you want your meat to taste like. You're taking some care with it. Okay, now all that lot is out, I will put the next ones in. Make sure not to put the paper in from the bottom. So all that spice is coating them all. There you go. Okay, so you can see they're not cooked all the way through, but the outside of it is browned. And next I need to chop up my onion. Don't want it in tiny pieces, don't want it in giant pieces. Just probably about that size. Put it on my hand, you'll see roughly. Because it will break up in the pressure cooker, and you don't want onion much, but then you don't want to be thinking you're picking up a nice bit of meat and it's actually great big massive weight of onion. Like roughly, so like I said, it will break down, so you'll get even amounts of onion. Chop that up. While that is while the meat's browning, my onion. Everything can wash, even the acrobatic carrot that jumped off the worktop. Just turn the meat over, both sides get done. I mean, I suppose you could do this with any other meat, it's just that our family do it with lamb. So next it's carrot, bit of sweet potatoes, a couple of white potatoes, got a Scotch bonnet pepper to put in, and then what thickens it up is lentils. As I said, it's not a runny kind of soup, but yeah, red split lentils will go in there as well. So while the last lot of meat's browning, like I said, I'll get my vegetables ready, wash my carrot, wash it, peel it, I will still run it under the tap again. Peel my carrot. It's not a finesse like just wash the carrot. It's not a finesse, everything's got to be perfect kind of recipe. It's rough because it's more that you're cooking it with love than you are with, you know, making sure that everything's the same size or that it's got to be liquidized or anything like that, because it hasn't. So any of the lamb that's ready will come out. Don't want to burn it, just colour it. Get some colour on that meat. And whatever you do, not wash your pan out, because all that in the bottom will give your soup the flavour. All that looks like it's burnt, but it isn't. That's all the seasoning in the bottom. is what will give your meat its flavour. Now when I've taken it out, I'm going to put it back in. I didn't really need to take out the other one, but I did so I could show you the bottom of the pan. So meat's in the bottom. Right, chuck the onions in. Onions are chucked in. Chop the carrots roughly. Put that there, you'll see. Onion. Chop the carrots. And a sweet potato as well. You can have this. Carrots. Watch out, I'm coming over with the board. Could be making some homemade fruit salad, hence the pineapples. We make the fruit salad and put them in, if I had any pots.
There should be some in there.
There should be, in my little, these pots, can't think of the word, kilner pots in the fridge. When you fancy fruit salad, just grab a pot. So in here I have my crushed garlic that will melt down nicely. Nice. There you go. Even though it's not on the heat yet, I'm going to give everything a stir so all that veg gets covered in the juices at the bottom. Right, so also in there we'll need to go to water. Sometimes I use hot water, sometimes I use cold water. I did boil the kettle, but Carl's just made me a nice cup of tea, so I'll just put some cold water in. It doesn't matter, it will still come up to pressure. Take a bit longer, but it's absolutely fine. Make sure you add enough water to cover everything that's in there. You don't want to be drying out in liquid, burning it. You also don't want to drown it, but it's enough. Probably put some more in once the potatoes have gone in, because of course it will change water level. Open my lentils. Scissors. Open the lentils up, that's a new packet, so I need to open that. I can't tell you how many lentils to put in. I've never weighed anything for this recipe, ever. I don't think my mum ever did, I don't think my dad ever has. But it just gives it a colour and it gives it, it thickens it up. So if you don't like lentils in, or you do, but you're not like huge, just add a few. If you're like me, and the rest of us like lentils, add a bit more. My son won't, one of my sons, the one that's at home at the moment, won't eat this soup. He likes all the stuff that's in it, but not together. In the soup, it's like my daughter likes mince, veg, potatoes, gravy, but she won't eat a shepherd's pie. But she'll eat everything separately. Right, I don't know. I'd say I did 2 cups of lentils in that, maybe. So sweet potatoes in. I'll take camera over. So the sweet potatoes in. Lentils, meat, onions, carrots, all the seasoning, garlic. So I'll put in 1 white potato. I was going to do 2, but 1 white potato will be enough. So that will be next, the white potato. And then Scotch bonnet, not cutting it. It will just go in for the flavour. Right, so now the white potatoes in. There's plenty enough water in that, don't need to add any more. Pressure cooker lid. Lock it. Back on the heat and wait for that to come up to pressure. While I'm waiting, I'm going to make some fruit salad, which is just basically raspberries, blueberries, pineapple. I've got some nectarines, grapes, some plums. I don't know, are yours the... Let me make sure I've got the right fruit, because... Is yours the peaches or is yours the plums? No, I thought you wanted them separate.
No, it's right. That rubbish.
Yes. So yeah, so I'm going to make them into a fruit salad. I've also got some passion fruit here, but I will make a video tomorrow because I'm making passion fruit creme brulee pots. Quick and easy creme brulee passion fruit pots. Nothing fancy. Doesn't take forever, but everybody loves them. I'm not a huge fruit eater. I'm terrible. Eating fruit, I'm always forgetting. I'm terrible at drinking water. I'm always forgetting. I like my cups of tea. But I will eat the creme brulee pots and I will eat a fruit salad. Maybe the first, like tomorrow morning for breakfast, and then I'll forget and won't eat again. But my New Year resolution is to eat more fruit and drink more water. We will see how that goes. Actually, before I start the fruit salad for everybody, to make my dumplings. Been attacked by a snowman cookie cutter. I always tell when someone's been in my cupboards. So all these are flour. Don't weigh it out. It's not the same as my fried dumplings as such. So a bit of flour. A bit of salt, not too much. Pepper, the fried dumplings saw me add butter and stuff. You don't. Dumplings for the soup, basically water, bit of water, spoon. Add a little bit of water at a time so you don't add too much. Then you have to add more flour, more salt, and more. That's it. That is dumpling consistency. That's it. If I can get it on the spoon. There you go. Just press it. that's the dumplings. Leave to one side. When it comes under pressure and it's ready, take the lid off. Once everything's cooked, dump the dumplings in, let them cook. They're pale, they don't get any colour on them. And they're quite dense and chewy. But that's what they are. My dad likes to call them titty dumplings, just because it used to make the kids laugh. So what he does is he used to make them into the shape of like cows, other kind of teats. Don't know why he found it so funny, but the kids did. And so he calls them titty dumplings, and that's what we're making. So it's been about 40 minutes. Now to let the steam out. Oh, put pins and needles in the feet. Right. So my titty dumplings, I'm just gonna give them a quick roll in a second. Get some warm water in the sink because it'll stick all over my hands. We'll get a little bit of sunflower oil spray just on my hands. If you're like me, I'm impatient, so I tend to use a spoon to get the air out, or steam out, air out. I wish you could smell this, it smells so good. While I'm waiting for this to do, just in case anybody's interested, crouch down. In case anyone's interested, Ann Summers, before you go, Ann Summers is the most amazing company that I've been privileged to be involved with for the last few years. And everyone thinks it's sex. It isn't. They have amazing, beautiful, stunning underwear and lingerie, including their birthday suit range, which I scream about, which is, if you can see, bra, they have, I could describe it as a range of lingerie that I've waited for 99% of my life. It matches my skin tone. It has 4 different skin tones, but, oh God, when I used to want skin colour tights, they were pasty from BHS or C&A, made me look really pasty, nowhere near skin colour. Flesh coloured underwear just didn't happen, now it does. Absolutely amazing range. But also, Ann Summers does slippers, pyjamas, nightshirts, nighties, baby doll, teddy bear, short all-in-ones, going out clothes, jewellery, perfume, my favourite, Aurora Gold smells, body sprays, candles, incense. You know, they have a self-love range which is all about empowering, looking after your body, CBD products. There is so much more to Ann Summers than you even can imagine, including Man Summers. So if anybody's ever interested, leave me a comment below. I'll send you a link to my website where you can have a look at what there is. At the minute there's a 70% sale. If you use the code Ann Summers 15, you'll get 15% off your first order as well. So that's really good. In the 70% sale, you'll end up with 85% off. But yeah, it's the most amazing. Anyway, steam's off, lid's off. I shall bring you over. Look at that. You can see in the steam. See, it's not a clear kind of. See, you know, you chop up the meat and liquidize. You will eat it just like this. The lentils have thickened it. The sweet potato has thickened it. What I shall do now is I shall get a plate, just a small one, or big one. I shall take out a bit of the liquid. And I shall take a bit of the meat just to check the seasoning. So the meat, as you can see, just soft and melty at all. Just need to check and see if I need any further seasoning. Okay, need some salt. So anything that's missing. There's a lot of soup in that pot, hence why so much salt. My dad will complain, Michelle, this soup is fresh, it needs salt. So, which is the daft accent he puts on, because I haven't heard my dad with a West Indian accent since I was a very young child. You know, been here since he was 16. So he is not, but yeah, but he wants to complain at me. He turns very Jamaican. Michelle. So, taste again. Don't mind putting the same spoon in, because it's only family. If anyone else was having this, I would not be putting the same spoon in. But as it's only family, some will go in the freezer. It freezes really well. Freezes perfectly. I'm just taking out the morning, let it defrost, heat it back up. So dumplings, I was going to roll them in my hand, but they're actually dropping off the spoon perfectly, so I don't need to. But if I wanted to roll them in my hands, I would just put a little bit of vegetable oil on my hand. There you go, didn't even make it over there. So they don't stick. Separate those two because they fell really close together. Okay. Now, because of time constraints, normally I would just let them bubble on the top, but because it's getting a little late, lid back on, lock it, back on the ring, cook the dumplings under pressure. Don't waste the bit I put on the plate. And there you go, I'll be back. So just letting the second lot of steam out. There's a lot of steam out. Just got my son's dinner in the microwave because, like I said, he doesn't eat this. He likes everything in it, just doesn't like it all together. Ooh. Bubbly, 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 bubbly. Get all the goodness that's at the bottom. Let's check my dumplings. Get out a dumpling. Just make sure that that's cooked. So like I said, they're not soft dumplings. They're quite dense and solid, but that's how they go with the soup. We're done. So I shall dish up some in this dish. So we've got a nice bit of lamb there, and carrot, another bit of lamb, make sure I've got some of the lentils, and oh, tastes so good. A couple of dumplings, and enough of that sauce. There you go. So you leave the bones in and everything in the lamb, because you eat your soup, you suck your bones. you know, put them on the side. That's my dad's, because I like cooking that for my dad. And I've still got from that bit half a pot of meat, half a pot of soup left. Well, there you go. So that is my Caribbean soup with dumplings, lamb soup. So I hope you really enjoyed that. And please click the like. Please leave me comments. Please subscribe to the channel. It'd be really important. I really want to get this channel going. It's not always cooking. We'll just be chatting. You'll be coming along with me with little bits and pieces. So yeah, if you've got any topics you want to chat over, please put them in the comments below. Many of you know that I'm going through the menopause, and I will quite happily talk about that. And I'm also due to have a mastectomy, elective, because of the genetic connection in the family. I'll quite happily talk about that. So I'll talk about anything, a little chatterbox. So have a fabulous weekend. Have a great Saturday night. I don't know when this will go up, probably Sunday. So I hope you have a good night tonight, which is Saturday. But take it easy, be kind to yourself and look after each other. Ta-ra!